All right, so happy New Year's and welcome back to Adult Chess Journey. I just want to make a little video. I just got a brand new gift, the Chestnut Evo. So I just wanted to take a minute and unbox it with all of you and start sharing some of my ideas for 2025. This video is going to be a short one, just dealing with unboxing this so you can see it. I'll do another video with details on the features of each of the machine per se, and then I will also kick off the year with some plans for 2025, a recap of 2024, and create a new training plan. So let's start with this video. One thing, full disclosure, Chestnut does not sponsor this video. I bought this with my own money. I'm just very curious about using combined computer with a chessboard because I like OTB. I like to do a lot of over-the-board games, but I also like to do it online, so it might be a good combination. So let's unbox it. I will measure it, share with you the weight of the items, and that way you have a good sense of it. And if you have any comments, just make sure you put it on the comments if you have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and comment below. So let's just get started. This is the board, the Evo. You can see that it's very straightforward. So let's see what this beauty is await for us, right? So let's open here, and you can see, and I'm just gonna put everything down here. So it comes with a manual. You can see here a nice little manual with the instructions, very thin because everything is online nowadays. So I'll put that to the side. Some replacement for the Velcro. I guess it has the specific sensor in here, or just regular Velcro. I think it's just regular Velcro, double-sided. Oh no, single-sided, I'm sorry. And now you can see here all the board, the pieces. This is just a regular humidity or some, those things that they put on the board so you don't have humidity inside. Charging cable, very straightforward. USB-C, that's the cable. It is funny that now they don't even give you the charging plug. So anyways, and these are some nice little branded Chestnut bags. You can see it comes with two. So they're it's just felt, very nice. And these are the pieces. So let's start with the big sheaf, the king. So you can see it here, and I'll have my other tournament sets so we can compare it. It's plastic, very light. I like heavier pieces. You can see the black one. It's piano color, basically, just your no true white, I'm sorry, not true white. It's more like a eggshell. And then you have here your king that is just plastic, but fantastic. So I'll put this on the side because, as you can see, it comes from both ways. So I am going to take this out and rebuild the board, right? Let's take a look at this beauty. I'm gonna put this down here. Let's take a look at this beauty. And it's very nice. It feels beefy, right? So you can see the board here. And let's take it out. I continue to put stuff under the table. So this is the board, very nice. You can see below, nothing too fancy. The thickness of the board, and you can see the buttons here, the power and so on. Then there you have it. This is the Chestnut Evo board. It does have the computer right here. I actually going to turn it on so you can see it. There we go. You can see you press and hold, and it's turn it on. I haven't done anything with it, so I just want to do a little bit of a feel for the board. I like the feel of the board around here. It's just straight flat. You can see it's logging in. You can see here, you can see that we have all this information. I am not going to mess with this right now. I just want to show you some of the elements of unpacking, how it looks like, weight, and so on. By the way, I forgot, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it weighs about 6 pounds, just about. So about 3 kilos, right? So 6 pounds, not too bad. I am actually going to turn this off and let's do a little bit of measurements on the item here. So the length of it is 20 inches and a half, not bad. And we have 13 and a half inches on the height. So the length, again, 20 and a half, about 13 and a half, not bad. Diagonal is actually 24 inches, so not bad. Let's start taking a look at the pieces as well. All right, so I'm just putting the pieces. The board feels very nice. I don't know, and actually it comes with an extra queen for each color, so that's fantastic as well, because we all know how many times we promote in our games, right? So you can see as we're putting the pieces together, the overall feel is not bad. Like I was saying, the board per se has a very smooth, flat feel to it, so you don't feel anything dragging. You can feel the pieces when you move them. There's no friction, so that's very nice. I like that feel. Again, I think if they were a little bit more juicier, like I like my pieces a little bit more fat, like the Fisher type of pieces, and I like a little bit heavier, like triple weighted. So we'll compare that in a second. But here you can see that we have our extra queens, and you can see the pieces. And now you can see the board with all the pieces in there. So as you can see, we have the pieces. One of the things that I always find interesting about this type of computerized boards, especially when you're playing solo, is the fact that when you play, if you're playing the computer like chess.com and Lichess, if you're white and the screen comes up as you're playing white, that's perfect. And I've seen many times, and I know there's a feature on this board where you can swap the screen when you're black. So in case in point, when the screen is in this orientation and you're playing white, not a problem. But then when you're playing black, you have to basically move the board because you don't know whose turn is it, and then you have to change the orientation. The clock is ticking as as your opponent is playing. So I find that very interesting. With my other boards, I have another electronic one. What I do is that I actually have a little tail when I go around. But for this one, I actually bought this little thing here. You can see it is a very simple daisy wheel. So what does that mean? That when I put it flatter, you have some plastic items here. You have it also in the inner ring. But the idea is that when you put it flat, it turns non-friction. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lay it down right underneath this and here. This is about 10 inches. I bought it on Amazon for $20. So this is how it looks. So I take the ring and place it, and I'm going to use the one with the biggest footprint because you have two rings. So the biggest footprint is the outer ring, and what we want to do is actually have the biggest footprint for the board and a little bit here. So then I'm just gonna put it smack in the middle, and you know, you need to play with it. But when you bring it here and it's your turn, all you have to do is turn it. And it's just fantastic because now, of course, you have a little bit of height. That's perfectly fine. But, you know, it's not wobbly. It's good. And you can, the more you use it, you're going to get better at having this. It does, if you pull it, it will slide, I think, at least on this table. But as you're using it, it's just very simple. And then you're ready. You flip it and you go again. So very, very excited to see what this board provides and what we can do with it. All right, so now I actually want to compare a regular tournament size board versus the Chestnut Evo. So this is my typical board that I use. It's just regular vinyl. And you can see, and now let's take the Evo and compare it size-wise. And you can see, so for comparison purposes, the length of it is just about the same, of course. Think of it, if you were going to measure at home and you have one of the regular tournament, I would say, you know, rank number 1 and 8, take it off, and that's the length of it. Or it's just basically the first 6 ranks of the board and then the length. So if you look at this, the length of it, it will be all the way from here to here, and then the whole board along. So not bad. I like that. I like the size of it. So now let's compare it. I have the square off, so that will be another board that I like to use. It's an electronic one, and I know I bought this, but I'll explain in a second why I want to go this route. All right, so this is the square off. I forgot the model, but is actually a thick rubber part. It's very nice because the whole point of this board is for you to roll it and you play with it, and then you use their app on the phone or on your iPad and use it. So this is what I've been using for the last year. It's nice, but I would tell you that their software on the phone is a little bit quirky. So I just kind of wanted something integrated. That way I can still have my phone if I need to, but size-wise, it's the same as the other one before, as the tournament size, because the square off is tournament size. That's one thing that I really like. But you can see this Chestnut Evo, definitely I wouldn't travel with it. They sell a bag for you to travel with it. I wouldn't. This one, I actually have used it to go locally, not, you know, internationally or anything. I don't feel like carrying that, and I have a nice bag about that. None of them are sponsored. This is just me with my own dollars. Definitely not with the money that I have earned in chess, right? But anyways, you can see that you can roll it up. It's nice. It lights up on the 4 corners. Their AI for playing against the computer is not that great. But anyways, and in each corner it tells you what's the sign. But again, you have to do the whole flipping if you're a different color. What I've done is that I actually put it on a smaller table, fit it, and I just go on the side that I need to. That's basically the way that I approach it. But if you want a review of this one, the square off, I definitely let me know in the comments, and I'll do one for that. All right, so let's take a look at the pieces and compare each one of them. So these are the pieces for the Chestnut Evo right now. So king, queen, rook, pawn. Now, I would tell you, by contrast, I would get a regular king. And these are tournament chess pieces, so USCF or FIDE, triple weighted as well, and the king is about, I think, almost 3 inches. Actually, you know what? Let's measure it. Yeah, actually 3 3/4 compared to the king here for the Evo, 2.5. So basically, what you have here is 3 3/4 and 2.5. So I'm just putting it here so you can see the size of each of them. Look at the rook. Look at the knight. So when you put it side by side like this, it definitely looks very small, right? So you can see the bishop and the pawn. So on the front, this is the Evo, and back here is the tournament chess pieces. Now I do have the square off pieces, which I like to use a lot. And you can see the size, but I think size-wise, they're actually just about the same size or a little bit bigger. So let's take a look. Just about the same is, yeah, 3 3/4. So it's the same size. You can see the pieces here. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm putting them, the front ones, remember, is the chestnut. This is the tournament size. This is the ones that I use OTB. And then you can see here the size of the square off. So these ones are not, they weigh just about the same as the Chestnut Evo. I think it's a little bit hard to have pieces that are electronic and triple weighted. I don't know, I haven't seen anything like that yet. So yeah, you can see the size of the pieces. So it's a little bit small and light. I always like the OG, the original ones, but for what is needed, I think it's gonna be fantastic. So there you have it. This is my first impressions of the Chestnut Evo. I like the size, I like the weight. I kind of sold for the whole turning around. So what's next? I'm gonna start using this board, connecting it online, updating the firmware, and having a few games and see what's going on with it and see how I like it. So I will share that with you. Actually, I just noticed that the board came just about 90% charged, which is great because there's no waiting for it. And I'll keep you posted in my next couple of games and reviews. So make sure you subscribe, you like this video, share with your friends, and place your comment. What are your thoughts on the Chestnut Evo? If you have used it before, or what questions you may have that I might be able to ask. So with that said, until our next video, and keep playing chess.